till the rafters ring. Stand and drink a toast once again. Let every loyal Maine man sing. Then drink to all the happy hours. Drink to the careless days. Drink to Maine, our alma mater, the college of our hearts always.
For more than 100 years, the Senior Skull Society has been part of the fabric of the University of Maine. Although our group's role and purpose has changed and evolved to suit the times, there are a core set of values that remain as strong and true today as they were then. Love of the university and dedication to exceptional leadership.
President of Sigma Phi Epsilon Fraternity, Vice President of Interfraternity Council, and he is also the first ever president of Campus Crusade for Christ on campus. Became president a year later of Residence on campus. He's currently president of Interfraternity Council and of his fraternity Phi Eta.
He's a Marine Option Midshipman at the Navy ROTC unit here on campus.
So he's currently the president of Alpha Delta.
Service.
He's traveled to Ecuador with Reach to work with underprivileged communities down there. He's also on the Maine Medical Mission. He's traveled to northern Maine to work with migrant workers.
He's also went down and helped with Hurricane Katrina over spring break, and he has been an academic advisor for the past 2 years. He's done numerous things for the UMaine community and the greater community.
And excellence in every aspect of our lives. The Senior Skull Society at the University of Maine was founded on December 14, 1906, to recognize dedicated service to the university and to promote UMaine spirit, keep an eye on the fraternities, and to discipline freshmen. Today, members are selected based upon their demonstrated leadership, community and campus service, school spirit, and often strong commitment to academics. Each spring, following a rigorous pre-screening process that involves members of the faculty, staff, administration, and alumni, the current class selects 10 to 15 junior men to continue the traditions of our society and promote the brotherhood of the Senior Skulls.
Many times when you're an alumni, you see these old composite pictures of the classes, and you say, isn't that great? You know, I remember this guy and that guy. But in a way, I think every graduate of the University of Maine and every skull is a living composite of all the wonderful things that were given to them by their friends and classmates. And it's a complete joy seeing Peter again for the first time in 7 years. Yeah.
The Senior Skulls were founded during a time when many of the university's local fraternities were beginning to associate with national chapters. While this strengthened the fraternity system, it began to distance the Greek system from the university. In order to promote a deeper connection to our alma mater, John Burley, Joseph Goodrich, George Goodwin, Guy Hayward, Earl Philbrook, William Stone, Porter Swift, Richard Talbot, Arnold Totman, Benjamin Williams, and Elmer Wilson met in the Kappa Sigma House and founded what would become the Senior Skull Society. The first constitution was ratified the following January, 1907. By 1909, the duties of the Senior Skulls were varied, including maintaining the discipline of freshmen. During this time, it was common for freshmen to have to abide by a list of rules drafted by the senior class, and this was enforced by the Senior Skulls. However, the role and stature of the Skulls had grown and evolved, so the group created the Sophomore Owls to ensure the discipline of the freshman class. This tradition has evolved as times have changed as well. However, the Senior Skulls and Sophomore Owls still serve as role models for incoming freshmen and help them to become acclimated to university life. We also work together to instill a respect for the many traditions associated with UMaine, from the Stein Song to the Fight Song to Bananas the Bear and more. In 1913, the Skulls took the lead in forming the first ever Interfraternity Council. The president of the Skulls called a meeting of representatives of all campus fraternities to create a council which would oversee the current fraternities as well as approve all new chapters applying for a charter. In 1925, UMaine President Clarence Little and Dean of Women Caroline Colvin founded the All Maine Women to fulfill a similar purpose and recognize the women who are outstanding citizens of the UMaine community. Since their founding, a strong connection has existed between the Senior Skulls and the All-Maine Women, and even today the two groups work closely together to serve our alma mater in a variety of roles. Although separate organizations with our own constitutions and bylaws, the Senior Skulls and All-Maine Women are the perfect blend of individualism working together toward a common goal. From 1944 to 1947, the Senior Skulls were disbanded to help with the war effort.
These kids come to school to get good grades, and you salute good grades. But these two organizations are very special organizations, unique. There's only one of them, and don't flirt with anything else other than leadership. And leadership is a lot of things, you know. Everybody would have a different word or two about describing it. But you know, it's a funny thing. When you see it, you know it.
Following the end of World War II, the Skulls started the Crypt Fund to raise funds for a Skulls building on campus. When the Memorial Union was being constructed during the 1950s, the Senior Skulls donated their Crypt Fund to name a room the Senior Skulls Room, dedicated on June 13, 1953, and continues to this day to be the regular meeting place for the Senior Skulls. Over the next several decades, and especially through the turbulent social time of the 60s and early 70s, the Skulls were slightly less active, though still an important component of student life at UMaine, and the highest honor to which a male student could be named. In the early 90s, the Skulls resumed weekly meetings as their role on campus again began to expand, and the meetings were redesigned to further promote the ideals of brotherhood.
The retreat was class of '05, we began that. Most of the classes now go on multiple retreats a year. We only had one retreat, and that was one of the most memorable experiences of my life. We built some long-lasting friendships, very, very strong ties.
In 2006, to mark our 100th anniversary, the Senior Skulls created the Centennial Fund, designed to provide support in perpetuity and allow the Skulls to maintain a high level of service to the University of Maine. In May of '06, Skull alumni, or Skullumni as we like to say, traveled from near and far to celebrate and remember their experiences as a student at the university and a Senior Skull. It was at this special occasion that newly named President Dr. Robert Kennedy was named an honorary Senior Skull, officially a member of the Skull Class of 2006. In 2007, the Senior Skulls created the Traditions Project, an effort to increase undergraduates' awareness of our alma mater's rich history and varied traditions, and to reconnect alumni to the university.
I've been really impressed so far, you know, like you were talking about the bonds that our class in particular made, and the fact that we've actually kept in touch, and that we have that reunion already planned.
The fact that
June.
The fact that 2 years after we've been Skulls, we're having a reunion where only one guy can't make it because he has some lame excuse of being in England.
During the summer of 2007, the Senior Skull Alumni Interest Group, or AIG, held its first meeting and ratified its constitution. The AIG was created to provide support to the undergraduate Skulls, promote brotherhood beyond graduation, and to serve the University of Maine.
It's a close group, and it's an exciting bunch of people to listen about what they've done, because they're not normal people. They do a lot of things.
For years, Senior Skull alumni have been pillars of the community, many having campus buildings named in their honor for their devotion to and support of our alma mater. Notable Senior Skull alumni include Raymond Fogler, Judge William Treat, and more. 2008 has been a tremendous year for the AIG, as we had our first general meeting at homecoming, followed by a joint reception with the All-Maine Women. The event was a tremendous success as we welcomed Skulls from the 30s through today back to campus.
The activities of the Senior Skull seem to be growing, and the relationship of the alumni with the new Senior Skulls is also growing.
May of '08 marked another first for the Senior Skulls, when many alumni returned to campus on Induction Day to witness the closed private initiation of the Senior Skull Class of 2009. It was a wonderful opportunity for past Skulls to remember their own initiation experience, as well as welcome our newest members. Following this closed ceremony, the Senior Skulls and All-Maine Women came together at Buchanan Alumni House for a public induction ceremony attended by the new members' families and friends. The full version of this public ceremony may be seen later on this DVD.
I think everyone's going to benefit from this, both the incoming Skulls, the outgoing ones, and we as alumni. And it's it's nothing but up from here.
Since 1906, the Senior Skulls have been dedicated to serving the University of Maine and recognizing our most outstanding undergraduate students. Selection to the Senior Skulls is about more than just academics or excelling on the court, field, or rink. It brings together the best from all corners of campus, no matter the major, fraternity, college, or interest. It's about a shared love for doing good works, helping one another, and being part of a brotherhood more than 100 years in the making.
All filled, this time's to hear old Maine shout till the rafters ring. Stand and drink a toast once again. Let every loyal Maine man sing. Then drink to all the happy hours. Drink to the careless days. Drink to Maine, our alma mater, the college of our hearts always. To the trees, to the skies, to the spring in its glorious happiness, to the youth, to the fire, to the life that is moving and calling us, to the gods, to the fates, to the rulers of men and their destinies, to the lips, to the eyes, to the girls who will love us someday. Times to dear old Maine shout till the rafters ring. Stand and drink the toast once again. Let every loyal Maine man sing. Then drink to all the happy hours. Drink to the careless days. Drink to Maine, our alma mater, the college of our hearts